Welcome to Restore 2023. Today we're reading the two short letters called 2 and 3 John, although John himself isn't mentioned in them. In fact, the writer simply calls himself the elder, which was a common term for a local pastoral leader. Nevertheless, the writing style is John's, and the church fathers would never have listed them in the canon of Scripture if they had reason to doubt their apostolic authenticity. 2 John is addressed to the elect lady, though much of the letter is actually in the second person plural, suggesting it's written to a group of people rather than to an individual. And so it's generally supposed that the elect lady is really a church congregation who gather together as the bride of Christ. Now, you'll remember that at one time Jesus paired up his followers and sent them out to preach and heal. Similar practices continued through the early years of the church. Itinerant teachers and evangelists went from place to place with letters of commendation. The commendation supported their ministry, and wherever they stopped, they were given hospitality by the local church. However, there were also itinerant teachers who denied the main tenets of the gospel faith, and they taught plausible heresies instead, teachings which troubled many believers and destroyed the faith of some. In 2 John, the apostle reminds the church to continue in love, but also to watch out for these deceivers, and under no circumstances to give them lodging or the encouragement of a welcome. 3 John is a tale of 3 people and addresses problems related to the hospitality offered to travelling missionaries. John's good friend Gaius, who's the recipient of the letter, is exemplary and gracious in showing hospitality to them. Diotrephes, on the other hand, is quite the opposite. He may be the leader of another church, but he's self-important and a bully. He rejects John's commendation of travelling teachers and sends them on their way without mercy, harshly dealing with anyone who does show them any kindness. John intends to sort him out. Demetrius, who probably delivers the letter, has also been commissioned as a travelling preacher, and John warmly commends him to Gaius' care. You'll notice that both these short letters conclude in the same way. I hope to come to you, John says, and talk to you face to face, because words on paper can be misunderstood. So he will come to them so they can see the expression on his face and hear the tone of his voice. And these letters are giving notice of his visit.